Year 6 and welcome to today's computing lesson. Today we're going to be learning something new. We're going to be learning all about databases. Now, do you know what a database is, or have you ever used one before? Well, a database is a place where information is collected and put in different categories. So let's have a look at what a database is. So please log in to your Purple Mash and we go on to investigate, which is in your tools section. And then we launch the app. And here we are then faced with different databases. Now, we are going to start with the aliens one. Now we're going to choose the aliens one by clicking on it. And here we have an aliens database. So we have all of these aliens here that all have different names and different properties and characteristics. Here they're all lumped together. They're not in any, not in any particular order. Actually, no, they are in alphabetical order here. But if we click on one of them, let's click on Lord Doomlord and see what information is in the database about him. We see his name. He's got a sound. He's got one eye. He's from the planet of Saturn. His strength is 12. His special power is bad breath. His Earth habitat is an old house. And this is his favorite food, this is body texture, and this is his hobby. So we've got all this information about him. We can change the information based on any information that we get about him. But for now, we're just going to keep it the same. If we wanted to, we could edit his picture using these diagrams. We could enter a new diagram. We could edit his sound. So that's just to show you that we can change the information in these different data fields. Okay, let's have a look at another alien. Let's have a look at Zickboy. Zickboy has two eyes. He's from a different planet. He's got a different strength. And, oh, interesting Earth habitat. This is his favorite food, and so on. So what's the point of having all of this information? Well, we can look at this information in many different ways. These are all these different categories. Let's have a look at how all of this information looks when it's in a table by clicking on this grey and white button here. Now, these are all of our aliens presented in a neat table format. I find this a really helpful way. So we've got the rows, which are the horizontal lines, and we've got the columns, which are vertical. And this lays out really neatly all of the information we've just seen in a neat table. His name, their name, how many eyes they have, what planet they're from, what their strength is, what their special powers are. Right, very interesting hobbies here. Toenail collecting. Ooh, gross. Okay, some of them have more normal hobbies like reading and gaming. Okay, so if we wanted to, we could print this out, and we can also try and search for things in this table. So if we wanted to, we could search for different number of eyes. If we wanted to search for all the aliens with two eyes, we'd press OK, and then it would give us all of the aliens with two eyes. We could also search for different things. If we wanted to search for all of the aliens that had special powers that had bad breath as their special powers, we could filter it like this. And there's 4 aliens where their special power is bad breath. Right, let's come out of this table function and look at some other ways in which this data can be presented by clicking on this icon here. Well, we can sort them by what planets they're from by clicking on the drop-down menu for planet and then clicking OK. And now it's sorting them all into their different order of planets. So let's click on Norzak. He's from the planet of Boaz. And Tooth is also from the planet of Boaz. So now all of these aliens have been sorted in the order of which planets they're from, grouped into that order. We can also group them by, let's say, what Earth habitat they're from. And now we've got them in this nice order. So all of the aliens that live in the toilet have been sorted and grouped. All of the aliens that live in the sewer have been grouped. We can also arrange them in different orders. So if we wanted to have them all tiled nicely, we can have them ordered like that. Okay, let's have a look at what this button can do. Statistics. So if we wanted to find out and count how many, and count their body texture in percentages, we could find out like this. Let's try what planet they're from and count them. Okay, that isn't working for some reason. Let's try hobbies and count their hobbies. Right, let's see. This is a really helpful icon where we can see the information presented in beautiful charts. So if we wanted to group them and find out what's the spread of the different planets, we can see that 4 aliens are from Boaz and 5 aliens are from Saturn. Which planet are most of the aliens from? Zor. If we wanted to see this presented in a different way, special powers, well, what is the most common special power? It's laser eyes. And we can also have it presented in a pie chart. We can see that 40% of the aliens have laser eye ray. And we can also have it presented in a line graph like this. Right, now that we've explored the different ways in which information can be presented about the data that has been collected, let's see whether we can answer questions about this. So what you need to do now is pull up Purple Mash in a separate tab and have them both lined up neatly next to each other here. So what we then need to do is, in your second browser, go on to Investigate, and then we're going to do an alien database quiz and launch the app. So we're going to be asked questions about this aliens database, simple searches, and we're going to play it. So what we need to do is see what the question is asking us. It's asking, which alien has 3 eyes? Well, there's many different ways in which you can find out this information. We can simply go back to the table and look at the table and find out which aliens have 3 eyes. So currently it's just showing us the aliens with 2 eyes and 1 eye. But if we wanted to search for the aliens with 3 eyes, we would select eyes, click 3, and it would show us that only 1 alien has 3 eyes. And what's his name? His name is Wu Ra. So we would put that answer in there, and it's correct. Okay, next question. Which aliens live on planet Saturn and which aliens do not live on planet Saturn? So, well, one way of doing this is simply looking at the table here, and we could search for planet Saturn and see, and this gives us all of the aliens that live on planet Saturn. So we know that Lord Doom lives on planet Saturn. We know that Gula lives on planet Saturn, Lumva, Durak, and Mashti. And therefore, all of these other aliens do not live on planet Saturn. Let's see whether we got that right. All correct. Which aliens have bad breath as a special power? Well, what we could do here is try and find out that information by searching here. Find special power is bad breath. And now it's given us all of these aliens here that have bad breath as their special power. And we can double check that by clicking on them. So we can sort them. We know Toftu, Lord Doom, Doom Lord, Gula, and Lumva all have bad breath. And that means that the rest of them do not have bad breath as their special power. So I've sorted them here. And is that correct? Yes, it's correct. Right, let's do the final question as an example. How many aliens have fur? Well, let's try and search it. We can click on this search button here, and having fur is that a strength? Oh, it's a body texture. And here at the drop-down menu, so let's select fur, and we can see that none of them have fur as a special, have fur as a body texture. And that is correct. Okay, year 6. What you need to do now is create your own quiz based on your own database. So let's come out of this aliens database and you can choose your own database. So let's launch the app again. We're not going to choose aliens. We're going to choose a different database. So you can choose countries, fruit, holidays. I'm going to choose countries. Okay, so I've chosen this database to investigate. And now these are not all the countries in the world. These are just the countries in this database, because we know there's 194 countries in the world, and there's definitely less than 194 countries in this database. So let's exit this quiz. And we know how to create a quiz because we've been doing that this whole term. So let's go to Tools, Home, Tools, and we can create our own quiz by scrolling down and going to Quiz and launching that app. Okay, so if I wanted to create a question, let's start with a simple question and answer. So I click OK, and I can think about, well, this is the information we have in this database about these different countries. We can see the name, the flag, the continent, the capital city. Well, I could say one question might be, how many countries in this database are in the continent of Africa? And to get the answer, I would then search, and I would search under continent as Africa. And these are all of the countries that are in this database that are in the continent of Africa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the answer is 6. Okay, so that's my first question done. Now, let's create a different question. We could think about maybe asking a different question. Let's have a look at our table of information. We could ask, how many countries are on a coastline? Okay, but let's choose a different template format. This picture one here. How many countries are on a coastline? And then if we wanted to, we could insert a picture from clip art of a coastline of some sort. Might be difficult to find one now. We could just do a flags one. We could just enter a flag picture for now. Okay, so if we wanted to search for coastline and how many countries are in it, we've got all of our countries that are on a coastline being assimilated right now. And these are are landlocked countries. Landlocked means it's not on a coastline. If we wanted that information presented in a chart, we could see it like this, or we could have it on a line graph, or we could have it in a pie chart. Well, let's count up the countries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31. 31 countries in this database are on a coastline. So, Year 6, what I would like you to do is create your own quiz using different quiz templates that we've learned throughout this and last term, and using your own database. You can choose the countries one, or you can choose another one in Purple Mash. Please make at least 5 questions and upload them to your class's file. Really looking forward to seeing your amazing database quizzes. Bye, Year 6.